Damn, son, here they are. That's
For fuck's
fucking
sake, yeah,
crazy,
exactly.
dude.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how these people, and I
Yeah.
guarantee you, do you think they would be out there if she
Nah,
had
bro,
gone over and
that's
killed
crazy,
that
dude.
ICE officer? Would they
Yeah.
be out there?
Okay.
I don't think they would. I think they'd be cheering and talking about, oh, well, that's what happens when you're a fascist, and, you know, talking about how it's not that big of a deal, it's not that bad.
Fascist.
No, they don't care
Dictator.
about this person. They care about this person dying in service of the thing that they agree with. That's it.
Oh, shit.
I'm in Minnesota. Sad to see what she asked for.
This is a diamond one.
You
This is
can't be interfering with the police.
fine.
It's insane.
Oh, wait, it is
And,
diamond.
yeah, where's this? You're parked
Okay,
in the middle
that's
of the
good.
street and blocking
At
law
least I'm
enforcement. They have the
diamond.
right to detain you for an infraction. If it's done on purpose, it's a crime. It's
Wait,
insane
yeah,
that these like literal.
Wait, I can't really do that.
Have to. Oh my god.
Maybe I could have. Wait, I can do it.
This? Okay. Oh, jeez. Yep.
Oh, damn, they're still not here. I think it's a bit too long. Yeah.
See, what they need to do is like with people that are blocking the roads like this, you just need to grab them, throw them, get them under control, arrest them, and put them in jail. Until that happens, they will keep blocking the roads.
I think Israel, like the US is better than Israel to live in. And I think it might be the best to live in, but
immediately, yep.
No, Israel isn't even that bad, I think. Pretty good.
Yep. Arrest them all. Yeah, the thing is, whenever they do this preventative behavior, what happens is that people think that, okay, well, now it's kind of like trying to pull a, like, I don't know, a toy out of a dog's mouth, right? Is that if you don't do it, like, definitively, or you just, like, pull it out slowly, they will just keep holding on to it and biting down harder. And what they're doing here is they're forcing the citizens to just bite down harder and keep pushing and keep pushing because they're not approaching it with overwhelming force. That's the issue.
Wow, annoying.
See? Immediately go and arrest this guy. Arrest him, put him in jail, obstruction. It's very obvious. You've got it on camera. Just go ahead and do it. This is the problem. It's that people like this feel like they're going to be able to get away with it. And there isn't a strong enough show of force against the people that do this. This is going to keep pushing farther and farther where people think they can get away with it. Exactly. Yeah, if you let people get away with this, they will escalate to the next thing. And if you let them get away with that thing, they'll escalate to the thing above that. And eventually, it's going to end in violence. They do it because they can. Yep. Gotta go after him. Gotta go after him. It's like raising toddlers. They think they're in Tiananmen Square. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't think they have enough manpower to do a show of force. Then they should recruit more people. We saw part of this earlier. Of course. Yep. Fuck that, just run them over. I wouldn't care if they ran him over. You shouldn't be in front of the car. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's great.
Well, that's great.
It's insane to me.
Yeah, you know, I kind of agree with the sentiment of forfeiting, because the goals that they scored on us are, like, crazy.
Think about it.
But the thing is, it's only two, yeah.
To see how much people have just totally and absolutely lost their mind. Do you think you can open a gap for radical leftist politician to capitalize on it? I think Mamdani was kind of like that. I think he was pretty radical, right? At least compared to what we're used to. Education system caused this? No, the government did. By not punishing people for it, they just made it worse. There are multiple cities with illegal populations, more than Minneapolis and Seattle. Trump sent them here because he wants the division. Okay, well, I mean, there's still got bad people here, right? I mean, like, people shouldn't be here. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Okay, my team's just bad. I just
I
realized.
think I certainly have. It's crazy. You're freaking fascist?
I was air dribbling that up the top. Like, how did he get there?
It's when the laws are enforced against people that
So
are being
annoying.
violent and aggressive towards federal officers. That's fascism. That's what they call it. Wow. Very based. Fascism is when I disagree with you. XQC in chat? Yeah, I remember his message. How you doing?
That was the scene.
Jesus Christ.
Building for John, as
Yep.
you can now see on video, was building for a matter of minutes. Not exactly sure how long that went on.
This video is what looks like when people are
Why is this guy not forfeiting?
Right.
As those ICE agents who were driving in trucks.
Jesus
were
Christ.
starting to-
Well, there it is. And, yeah, allowing this is exactly what's wrong with the country right now. We're allowing them to redefine language and refuse to enforce our laws. Exactly. The longer that you let this happen, the worse it's going to get. Wait, what? There's no way. No, bro, like, there's no way. Dead ass? I don't think so, guys. I really don't think so. Yeah, that was a short bet. By the way, I do want to say, yesterday, we did get a little bit of an update here, okay? And so an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Exactly true. 100% true. And, yeah, this is it. Again, an anti-ICE protester reaches for a federal agent's weapon in Minneapolis. Look at this.
I was like, I did it unethically, but you know what? I had to do it. It was like so nice.
Oh, you see that? Look. He's trying to grab the weapon. He's trying to grab the weapon. You can't let people do this.
Oh, that's
shit.
crazy, bro. You better
Oh my god.
have a
Look
weapon.
at that. He's trying to grab it.
No.
You think you could just grab an officer's weapon? Are you crazy?
We're gonna lose it
Are
again.
you fucking insane? Oh my god. Dumb fuck's lucky it wasn't a pepper ball gun. I know. That's a felony? I know, it is. Should they have killed him too? If they had, I wouldn't have cared. You don't grab an officer's weapon. You think you can just go and grab a fucking police officer's weapon away from them? Are you insane? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, bro. Shit. No, what the hell is wrong with
Yeah, absolutely. Jesus, some of these people are just so out of their fucking mind. It's embarrassing. Yeah, he's lucky he's not dead.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
I'll read
Shit.
more of these. And is he fucking retard? Yeah, he is. As a
Okay.
law enforcement officer, I can
Let's-
give you a little
what is
insider
this?
information. If you try to hit one of us with your car, we might shoot you for it multiple times. Getting hit with a car isn't something we signed up for. It hurts. Also, not the good hurt, like, damn, woman, you put a little up into it today, huh? It's the bad hurt that involves hospitals, speeches, and your face on a t-shirt. I hope this helps.
Almost
There we go. I
redirected.
can't let these people try to call this a murder and all that shit. Well, hey, maybe they shouldn't be in front of the car.
Down.
The thing is that you're never going to convince these people that it's not, okay? Like, it doesn't matter. The only thing you have to do is crush them. You crush them completely. You you never go, like, after you say, basically after you run one of them over, right, or you shoot one of them for trying to run you over, then you victory lap around it, and you send in more people, and you do it even more. That's the only solution. That you're never going to win these people over. You're never going to explain it to them.
He's talking about what the other guy's doing, but he's not doing anything.
That's why they ain't going to see it. So yeah, why not just shoot the tires? So that way you make the car unsafe and some other innocent bystander can get hurt indiscriminately because the person didn't follow the law? Nah, bro, you shoot them right in the fucking face. They said to stop the car. They said not to do this. They said to get out. And she's walking around driving around. What are you talking about? Absolutely not. You shoot him right in the fucking head. That's it. Aim for the legs. Yeah, bro. Aim for the legs. The reason why they're defending her, let me explain why. The reason why they're defending this woman is because, the reason why it's simple, it's because they agree with her and they want to create an ecosystem where being violent and abusing police officers is accepted. So what their goal is they want to push this idea that you can be violent and aggressive and hostile and attack police officers, because if they can push that idea, then they can get the police officers to leave, right? And that's it. So it's not really about whether the police officer was in the right or the wrong. You can see the video, and very clearly the woman was trying to run him over. She wasn't complying with the police, and they shot her. It's really easy to avoid having that happen. Comply with the police and you're not going to have any problems. And don't try to drive your car over a police officer. You can literally see in the video, but they're not showing that video for a reason. They don't show this angle for a reason because it paints a much more gray picture. They can show the other angle from the car from the other direction because that way you can't see what's happening. And so it can allow somebody like that to create a narrative, right? But the fact is that the reason why they're okay with it is that they agree with it. The reason why they're defending her is that they want to be able to run over police officers. That's it. So yeah, is the car okay? Unfortunately, the car is not okay, actually. It's not. The car seemed to be really messed up, and it actually messed up somebody else's car. And it's sad to see that.
I think it more matters the police officer, but yeah, I think it matters more than the person they killed.
People that are trying to run over police officers, they won't comply with the
Like,
police.
it's close, but I think the police...
You might think that I'm being, callous about this. These people are ridiculous. They're ridiculous. I want to live in a harmonious society where people follow the law and there's no problems. And
this helps.
They try to make it worse.
And it helps what he's saying.
Resign. You. Oh my God! I like JD Vance, but you're. What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're the vice president. Y'all can't do anything about this. I cannot express this enough. It would have never escalated to this point if he had just gotten on top of these people at the very beginning. At the very beginning, they never held these people accountable. They just let them run wild. And because of that, it just got worse and worse and worse.
I don't know who he's telling to forfeit, but we're winning.
You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen? Get your brain cells ready, because you're about to lose all of them. It's Talbot Traveling Vlad, who's been paid $7,000 by the Israeli government. Get your mug down below in the description at thetravelingvlad.com to make you lose your brain cells on the Pro Palestine Meme Show. Let's just get right into the clips, shall we? A Somali man in Ohio. Wait. Before you start yelling to me about what's coming to America. Somali man in Ohio says America will become a Muslim state. Our goal is to make America Islamic. Great job importing these Somali Muslims into America. Let's take a look.
Islam's coming to America. Islam's coming to America? Yes, it's coming. Wait, is this going to be one day America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country. Our goal is to make America Islam. Really? Islamic state.
Do you notice the guy here?
One day America will become a Muslim state.
He's going, what is this fucking idiot doing? He's giving away our plan. Why?
Our goal is to make America Islam. Islamic state.
He was terrible there. Okay, apparently I was even worse, but like my second teammate was pretty bad. At least, I was standing up with the good guy. He just randomly attacked. I don't know why. But I'm like, okay, bro. And like, I might do this normally. I don't think so, but like, he just got like this terrible pass to himself.
It's coming. One day, America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country. Tell Trump. Yes, it will happen. God is powerful. God is powerful. Is that what everybody here wants? That's one thing our goal is to make America Islam. Islamic state. Yes. God is powerful.
It's never gonna happen.
You control the heart of Americans. God guides whom He wills.
Over my dead body with a couple of times.
يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم والله They're killers.
I have a question for you, okay?
Yes,
It's crazy how I did that.
It's gonna be an Islamic place.
it will be one day.
Here's my question.
Yes,
Does
the promise of Allah.
here's my question. Do all the other Somalis here feel the same way?
We believe that the believers will overcome the wicked ones.
Yeah, maybe this is just a new news.
It's garbage. It's not garbage. It's gold. ولله العزة ولرسوله وللمؤمنين. Look at this face. Look at this face. They are harassing our community.
I have not harassed you.
Every time. They have been there for the other day here.
Go ahead.
If you recognize these two faces, give them a shit.
Give them a shit.
That goes back in Ohio? Like way back? Like how far back does it go?
Well before the Revolutionary War.
And so how do you feel about this?
We were all chasing.
I'm a veteran of the United States Army. I swore an oath to protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
We were like bots there
The
to
First Amendment to freedom of the press and the freedom of speech. It also means that I swore an oath to defend American law.
100%.
The American law says that if people are in this country illegally, we have the right to remove them. There's a poster in there that says anti-ICE. That is advocating for the.
I didn't know, I just didn't think it said the opposite either.
Beautifully said.
So what
Beautifully said.
do you say, sir?
I said, that poster in there, if it says no ICE, that is advocating for the violation of United States law. If people who are not American citizens don't like that law, you're free to leave.
Can you show me where that sign says we are anti-ICE? Can you show me?
It says no ICE, man. That's an
This
anti-immigration
is a
enforcement.
private.
That's
That's a private property. But no one said we are anti-ICE. No one said that.
That's what the poster
We
says.
respect it.
You can read between the lines.
We respect.
بقية العربية.
not correct. You
Sir.
are not correct.
What do you mean?
If you hang a poster in there, in your store, whether it's private property or not, you cannot put a poster up there.
No, why you twisting the words?
No, listen.
Show
listen.
me where it says anti-ICE. Show me.
Listen to me.
Can you show me? Can you show me?
Yeah, I'll speak for him because he's on duty. He's not going to say this, and I understand
ICE,
it.
welcome
Here's the
ICE.
issue. Here's the
ICE.
issue. You guys come to the United States of America. Great. You know, good for you. I'm glad you got. Where'd you come from? Somalia? I'm glad you got out of Somalia or wherever you came from. I wouldn't want to be there either. But then you guys hang these posters that say no ICE. It's so disrespectful.
That's false information. I'm giving false information. It's a crime. It's a crime.
What's the false information?
False information.
What's the false
It's
information?
a crime. Defamation. Crime.
That breaks my heart what you just said. They've been there since before the revolution. And this is what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I was gonna switch it.
People like this come into this country.
I think it wasn't that I was playing, but I was too, but we were all playing so bad that I didn't even have any room to be good, basically.
Transferring credits into WGU
I don't know how to
it was a
explain
great
it.
experience. I went to 6 or 7 other universities, and WGU just
6
said,
or
"Hey, send it here,
7.
we'll take care of it." It was seamless, and I knocked out almost 3 years worth of credits.
I don't know why I'm getting into the 6-7s. I shouldn't.
That's the America that I know. That's the America that I know. Guys, don't become the United Kingdom. I've been telling you for months. Let's fight. We gotta fight. It's fight time, not physical. You gotta fight for what's yours, baby. These people don't respect your country. They are coming in to rape the country. They want to take and extract as much as they can out of it, and they want to contribute nothing. Don't let them. Don't sit on your ass and let it happen. That's the America I know. Don't let it happen. Next clip. Fucking watch this game, Mexican. I hate when I get sent these clips.
Why is there no organized IRL community for the AFF? It should be zero trust, highly compartmentalized, so fags and foreign intel can't screw with it.
That's
What's the plan to mobilize
crazy.
and turn words to action?
Okay, yeah, definitely not a Fed. Hey guys, so where's the clubhouse? But we should totally keep it on the DL. But where's the clubhouse? Let's get that. Yeah, nice try, Mossad. Thank you for the big super chat. Where did that come out of the foreign ministry budget?
Sent
Nice
$21.
try. I appreciate the big super chat.
Sent
though.
$21.
Look, there is a network, and it's one of those things where if you know, you know. How do you know there isn't something like that? If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say. We're an invisible empire.
No, I'm even a bit better than they are.
Pussy.
Gas club.
You're a pussy.
Those that need to know, no.
Schmucks.
You're a pussy.
Why is there no organized IRL?
I believe he's right. He should not really act
You are a
to him
pussy.
with the same standard.
We all know you're a gay pussy too. It's clear as day for everybody to see. But you are a pussy, buddy. You are. Whether you like it or not, you're a coward. You are a coward. Why not say it? What do you have to hide? It's your white nationalist country. It's your nation. What are you afraid of? Some fucking Jews? You're afraid of some Jews?
Yeah, okay, put him in his place.
Non-gay communist alpha like you should tell everybody exactly where your secret gay club is, so people can come and investigate and see what's going on in your gay club. Why? What do you have to fear? You're the ethnic indigenous people of America, are you not? Sorry, calling you out right now. You're a gay boy. This is from Tommy Robinson.
That's crazy. Really good shot. Wait, I'm not even number one. Okay, we're almost done. I want to be number one because I think that also leads to... Yeah. They can't do anything about that though, which is the crazy part.
What's the reason? Yeah. Put Christ back in Christmas. Christ back in Christmas. Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful, man. What's with all the Israel support though? I love Israel. Love Israel. Love Israel. I love Israel. Unashamedly love Israel. You don't think there's a genocide going on in Gaza, no? There is no genocide. There's a genocide going on in Nigeria, bruv. No, but they're killing the Palestinians. No. I've seen the videos, bro. 200,000 Nigerian Christians have been butchered. Talk about that, bruv. Stop selling yourself. No, mate. Fucking dickhead.
A pussy? That's a fucking man. Savior, you're a pussy. Are you kidding me? Why are you running away from Nigerians being killed? Why don't you care about Nigerians being killed? And if you somehow care about Muslims being killed, which obviously you care so much about the Palestinian Muslims being killed, why don't you care about 2 million Sudanese Muslims being killed? Like, why does it not matter? You're a fucking pussy. You're a coward. Sorry, is this the pussy episode of the fucking meme show? Are we just getting a bunch of gay, of little gay boys who are scared of talking about real things? Scooby and Shaggy investigate Israel. Gone wrong. Is it dinosaurs? I hate the world we live in. We live in such a stupid world. Such a stupid world. Alright, next clip, we got a good one.
He's so, I don't know, he says, I love the world we live in sometimes. I bet he said that one. But now he's like, I think it's mixed messaging.
Solution, you know, if Muslim people are in the wrong and they are committing crimes, you know, no one's above the law.
If the law of the land is Islamic, we respect the law of the land.
What if it's not
If
Islamic?
it's not Islamic, then the law of the land and those who make it can go to hell, quite honestly, because Allah said in the Quran, in chapter 33, verse 1, He said, O Prophet, fear Allah and do not obey the disbelievers and the hypocrites. Is David Cameron a Muslim or a disbeliever? Guys?
I can't speak on camera.
So you can't obey him. So he can go to hell, as well as all the other leaders. Let me tell you something. You will wait to the hellfire because you are non-Muslim. All non-Muslims are destined for the hellfire.
What's the solution? You know, if Muslim people
Believe it when they say. Now, to be completely fair, Anjum Chowdhury, who is the person in that video, was a specific kind of retard. I wouldn't say he's representative of all Muslims in the UK, but he definitely did some damage. Okay, he definitely did a number on the UK Muslims, because that ideology is definitely still alive. I've personally exposed it on my channel quite a few times talking to people. Alright, let's take a look at this next clip.
Guys, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Nice.
Can you tell me which river and which sea we're talking about here? You've caught me on the spot, and I'm really horrible when asking questions. But basically, the river and the sea that border both sides of Palestine, where Israel is right now.
Yeah, and the names of those rivers are? Do we... We'll give you another. I think this video was filmed. It's now 2026. I think that video was filmed in 2023. Maybe we'll give her another 3 years to come up with an answer for that one. It is always funny to me how the pro-Palestine side doesn't have. They still haven't gotten that down. That part still hasn't coming down. All right. This is a clip with the Free Press.
Are you excited
And
about
Street Smart
the
Joe.
socialist program?
Wait to give it a shot.
I'm for it all the way.
Has so many policies that I
Junior
My
football.
friend Daniel, who escaped Venezuela. Did you vote for Zoran Mamdani?
Of course.
Yeah.
I can't just forget the young people support him.
Are you worried that he is a socialist?
Not really.
I think socialism is actually really good for society. I'm a professor.
I don't know you're listening.
Yes.
Are you familiar with how socialism worked out in other countries historically?
Just because it didn't work out so well in other parts of the world.
It's true. It's true, but it's also like a really good evidence that it doesn't work. Like, sure, you can technically, theoretically have a
The only country that was ever destroyed by socialism and democracy.
socialism.
Y'all got a lot of other problems to deal with.
The problems were caused by the socialist policy. My family went from making $2,000–3,000 a month 20 years ago to $100 a month in 2016. That was because the government gave everything you can imagine for free. We went from being a normal middle-class family with a car, and then no electricity, no water. Mamdani actually thinks that Maduro was not a dictator, and 10 years ago he actually praised our rigged elections.
What specific socialist policies do you think led to that?
The government took over people's businesses, farms, grocery stores, factories. Do you support the proposal of government grocery stores?
Of course I do.
There was very little supply of chicken, toilet paper. There was a line for blocks and blocks for a grocery store.
It's all about money, my friend. Corruption.
Wait, what do you think the grocery store sells you food? For charity or for money?
For money.
That's not a bad thing.
What happened in Venezuela isn't gonna happen here. The policy is more focused on helping people out.
Every politician would promise to help the people. Socialism is the government owns and controls the means of production. That is the companies, the businesses. Like Mamdani says, the government will own the grocery store. 9 million of us escaped our country.
It helps that she's a Spanish speaker. She sounds cool. I don't know how to explain it. She sounds like, oh, you're Republican? Well, I'm not messing with you because you're a Spanish. I don't know, I feel like it makes sense, even for Republicans.
All of it. He's gonna take everything.
We can establish community land trusts to gradually buy up housing on the private market and convert it to community ownership. You want to live in a public housing? No. New York City builds less total housing units than Austin, Texas, a city that is 1/8 of the size of New York.
We need a change.
But then the change that we need is one that increases the supply of housing, right? Not that one that will decrease it, like Mamdani. And I fear that what happened in Venezuela, Maduro, president that was originally democratically elected, decided to give everything away for free, to take people's businesses, for the workers, and then they go and bankrupt.
I didn't see that coming, to be honest.
2% of young people and 66% of Democrats support socialism nationwide.
He's not doing anything. I think he could have actually got it.
The DSA went to Venezuela just last year to support the dictator and say that he won the election that he didn't.
I had no idea.
Do you think we should be supporting dictators like that?
Oh, no.
Government rent control. It's going to stop people from renting apartments because they're not going to be able to profit. They're going to have fewer apartments for rent, and then we're going to have less opportunities to actually live.
That's a good point. I agree with that.
Okay.
I understand more about socialism now for sure.
Since we have had more free markets and capitalism in the world, billions of people have been lifted from poverty. And that every country that has attempted socialism, Venezuela, Cuba, the Soviet Union, North Korea, Eastern Europe, many countries in Africa, all of them became poor.
You've been through it in Venezuela.
Why don't you put it in your...
I already did actually.
Oh, then awesome. Why do you care?
Well, I already moved out of my country too.
What a bitch.
Just keep moving out of socialist destroy
Chicken bitch.
If you don't like the policies that the government's
A fucking chicken bitch.
Might have changed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm MVP. That's what
I
I
heard a great quote about socialism, which is, it's really a great system until you run out of spending other people's money.
With the rise of socialism in America, it's more important than ever that we have these conversations. I'm Tanya with the Free Press. And I'm Daniel DiMartino. See you next time.
Love it. Great job, Daniel DiMartino. That was fantastic. I think I have seen his stuff around before.
That was probably going in anyway, but
Great job. Making
I
that.
think they would have accidentally self-scored it. To be honest.
Response is so apparent. It's what I felt when I made videos with Street Smart Show in that exact part. If you haven't seen the videos I made with them there with the same team, you should see them. But that's the answer. It's like, why do you care? Just leave. Just get out. It's like, no, I refuse to let you just destroy everything because you think it's a good idea. There's a track record to see that it's a shit idea. I've been to Cuba. I also grew up in South Florida around Cubans who escaped Cuba. I've seen Cuba with my own eyes when it was briefly opened up for Americans. I traveled there to go document what it's like. It was horrible. It's a horrible country.
Sahar TV is like less traditional brown person. He's a less traditional brown person.
Socialism, the communism that was implemented there by force. The
Tal is kind of a stereotype of brown person.
dictators that you have to look around and walk past is horrible. It's horrible. They destroy your ego. They destroy your morale. They're there to impose upon you a lifestyle that you don't agree with. And you don't have an option. It's a bad idea all around. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me. If you want to become a $7,000 paid shield for the Israeli government, get your mug down below in the description or your hoodie. I'll see you in the next one. Love you long time.
3. Yeah, now I'm definitely MVP.
I just love the hot cocoa, the sleigh bells ringing, and how can I forget Saint Netanyahu's little Mossadlings flying around the world, passing $7,000 to each person who says something remotely moderate about the Jews or Israel. Oh, what? You didn't get your 7,000? I'm sorry, little Timmy. I mean, Yossi. Well, that changes today. Just head over to travelingclad.com and claim your 7,000 with a matching hat. Oh yeah, baby, what a better way to let everyone know the holiday season is here and that you're in cahoots with the Israeli government than by getting this amazing shirt. It quite literally says that Israel paid me $7,000. Rub it in their face, and while they're out in the cold like a bunch of losers, you're warm for $7,000 hoodie with a matching hat. Come on, folks, it's holiday season. Grab some merch or old Saint Netanyahu.
His advertising is really good.
For not being proud of your 7,000. TheTravelingClad.com. Get your 7K today.
If you don't want to buy any merchandise, the best way to support me is by donating on Buy Me a Coffee, my PayPal, or becoming a member on my Patreon. Your support is very much needed and very much appreciated. Thank you.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Isn't it time you earned daily cash back on your everyday purchases? Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app to see your credit limit offer. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Stereotypical fucking. Yeah.
New Year, same extra value meals at McDonald's. Now get a savory sausage McMuffin with egg, plus hash browns, and a small coffee for just $5.
For limited time only, prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California.
I'm pretty bad.
In this video, we're walking through the average income by age, and I'm also going to show you exactly where the bottom 25%, middle 15%, 75th, 90th, and top 1% fall at every single decade of life. This is all according to the most recent data for the end of 2025 and beginning of 2026, and I also will be sharing 3 goals for every age range that can actually move the needle on your income and your net worth. So whether you're in your 40s, 60s, or anything in between,
sorry, that was terrible. I don't know why I'm playing so terrible.
So if you just like to skip below to your age and see how you stack up, you can do that. Alright, starting with the 20s here, you can see that the incomes at age 20 versus 29, there's actually a huge difference. That's because at the age of 20, you are still in the education phase of your life, or perhaps you're just starting your career, versus at the age of 29, that's a probably better representation of this age bracket of someone who's basically a young professional. Now, the average income, as you can see at the age of 29, is $73,903. However, I think that the average income can be a little bit misleading at times.
Nice.
That's because averages are calculated by adding up everyone's income and dividing it by the number of people, but a few very high or very low incomes can pull the average away from what most people actually earn. So in that case, I think that a better representation is probably the median income for most of America. I would say, though, if you are living on the coast in a high cost of living area such as San Francisco or New York, you might want to use the 75th percentile of income as a better benchmark. That's because I feel like those incomes in those specific regions are usually a lot higher than just the median, so it's probably better to compare yourself to your cohort, and your cohort is probably in the 75th percentile income. Either way, though, you can see that most people in their 20s will be earning less than $100,000 per year, and it's only when you hit the top 10% of incomes in the nation that you are well in the six-figure mark. Also, $396,000 for the top 1% is pretty crazy in your 20s. I think the incomes here are probably going to be mostly comprised of people doing tech, so software engineers in tech at like one of these big AI firms. Maybe you work at a hedge fund, a private equity shop, or maybe you're an investment banker, or just maybe you're just an entrepreneur that just makes a lot of money. There are 3 top goals that you should be achieving in your 20s, and the first is to build basic money habits that form a strong foundation. I'm not expecting you to save tens of thousands of dollars in your 20s, but I think that you should have some sort of structure for your finances. So that means automating a small amount of your regular paycheck into a savings or investment account, starting your first retirement accounts like your 401k or your IRA, and also just having a basic level of tracking for your spending so that you know where most of your money is going. Goal number 2 in your 20s is to keep your fixed expenses as light as possible. So if you can stay home and live with your parents for an extended period of time in your 20s, I think that's even better because you're going to build up a really good base of money before you move out. If you don't have that luxury, then perhaps just make sure that you aren't living too lavishly, because these days the statistics are pretty crazy. The average car payment is $766 in the United States, so make sure that you are well below that. And the average person spends about 32.8% of their income on rent. So if you can stay below that number, I think that's even better too. My last stat for you guys is that the average person also spends about $1,080 per year on subscriptions. So if you can make sure that you're not going too overboard in any of these 3 categories, transportation, housing, fixed expenses like subscriptions, then you're going to be a lot better off in your 30s. And goal number 3 in your 20s is to prioritize building your skills so that you can increase your income later. That means you might want to job hop early when it can make a big difference and it makes sense for you, or you want to build skills and get educational credentials that can increase your pay. You can also just take on more responsibility at work. I know that sounds really basic, but a lot of people are afraid of that because they don't want more work for themselves. However, I think that taking on more responsibility will increase your skills and then create more value for you in your long-term career. In your 20s, your income curve is going to matter way more than your current bank balance, and I would encourage you to even maybe take some risks in order to get more experience and build your skills up. All right, let's go to the next decade of the 30s now. I'm going to use the age of 35 here for our data reference since it's right in the middle of the decade, and you can see that the average income is now $82,950, and the median sits at $60K exactly. The top 10% is now at $167K per year, and the top 1%, well, they are nearing the highest federal tax bracket. So fun fact is that the highest federal tax bracket is now for incomes greater than $640,600 for the year of 2026. Now, ironically, as your income is increasing in your 30s, this is the decade where people lose the most ground financially. That's because their spending catches up too quickly. You usually start a family in your 30s, you're having big life events like a wedding, or you're buying a house, and you just might find yourself a little bit stretched thin in many different directions. So I think there are 3 goals in your 30s as well. So goal number 1 in your 30s is to really make sure you avoid this lifestyle creep. It's tempting to upgrade your lifestyle as your income grows, whether you're overspending on cars, homes, or luxury items. This can quickly slow down your progress towards financial freedom. A good rule of thumb when it comes to increasing your lifestyle is to think about the costs you're debating over a longer-term time horizon. If you want to drive a nicer car, think about how much more that will cost you, not just this year, but perhaps over the next 5 or 10 years total. I find that when I do this exercise, it really makes me think twice about that expensive upgrade. Another great life-changing rule is to save half of every single raise that you get. So for example, if you get a raise from $100K per year to say $110,000 per year, you now have $10K more gross income.
That's a crazy redraft.
Save half of that and then freely spend the rest. That way, every time you get a raise, you're at least making saving a habit, and then not only are you going to be saving more, you're also increasing your lifestyle, which is very nice to do, but just not by that much. Goal number 2 is to be completely debt-free of everything except for mortgage debt by the time you're 40. The idea is that in your 30s, this is one of the prime earning decades to really start ramping up your net worth. The last thing you want are credit card payments and other existing loans that are slowing your compounding of wealth.
Still paying too much for your phone plan? Ouch. Telemobile's here to fix that. Get Telo Unlimited for just $25 a month. And if you need something else next month, you're in control. You heard it right. You're free to change your phone plan whenever you need to. No extra fees and no tricks. Telo phone plans come with nationwide coverage, free international calls, and friendly customer service humans, available 24/7. And the best part? You can bring your phone and keep your number. Awesome. No contracts, just awesome savings. Why pay more? Switch to Telo today and start saving instantly.
And goal number 3 is that you should be systematically saving and investing 15 to 20% of your income if you can.
Systematically.
Even if you save and invest about 5% on a $60,000 salary, that still means you're investing $3,000 every single year. Even at $3,000 a year, if you get the average returns of the S&P 500 of 8%, by the time you're age 65, you're still going to end up with an ending balance of over $600,000. All right, let's get into our 40s now. You can see that the average income in your 40s is now $95,613. And the median is $67,144. That means the median income has gone up roughly 11% since the decade before. As you get older, you earn more, and now you can also see that the 75th percentile earns $117,000 compared to $100,000 the decade before. The top 10% and 1% are still increasing their incomes, of course, as well. In your 40s, I think there are a few goals that you should be shooting for with this extra income, especially as this is one of the biggest peak earning decades of your life. Number 1, you want to start planning for your ultimate retirement number. So you're probably still about 20 years away from retirement, but it's really good to figure out now what maybe your nest egg will need to look like in order to support your life in retirement at a later age. A good rule of thumb on this channel is that you want to live off of 4 to 4.5% of your total investable assets during retirement every single year. So if you were to use $1 million as a benchmark and you had that invested in the market, the idea is that you can withdraw 4% of that $1 million every single year, and the market returns should at least keep your balance growing or at least flat while you withdraw from it. That way, it gives you the highest probability of still having money throughout your entire retirement. Goal number 2 is to make sure your income covers your major expenses before they ever actually arrive. That means you could work on paying off your house, saving for a college fund, paying for home repairs, or taking care of your aging parents. Anything that you consider a major expense that is coming up, you should be using your income to plan accordingly for it. And goal number 3 in your 40s is to use these peak earning years to reduce any major debts that you still have. In our 30s, we want to be debt-free besides our mortgage. Well, in your 40s,
That was a really good
pass. But now you want to start figuring out how you can be completely debt-free by
No, it was a crazy
financial pressure you carry into your 50s, the more freedom that you will gain. And I think that in your 50s, it's not about grinding more and more, but perhaps maybe you can dial it back a bit. So in your 40s, you want to set yourself up for your 50s so that in your 50s, you can choose the work and the projects that you care about and have the ability to say no to a lot of things. All right, now that we've reached the decade of the 50s, you can see that the average income is now $9,986 and the median is $63,350. The median income actually dropped since the age of 45, and as more people step back from work, the numbers are going to reflect that. Now, fun fact here is that the median income actually peaks at the age of 52 at $70K, and then it goes down from there until the age of 62 when it starts climbing back up again, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Who's trash?
Even the top 90th and top 1% incomes went down as well in this decade compared to the decade before. So knowing this data, how should it affect our goals going into this decade of the ages of 50 to 59? So goal number 1 is to diversify your investments instead of putting everything into the S&P 500.
You know, the thing is, I'm not far behind everyone else. I should be like a diamond 2 and I'm diamond
lower risk
1.
assets such as bonds and fixed income, treasuries, cash, and CDs. In the 50s, I don't think it's about getting huge returns anymore, but more capital preservation. You just want to make sure you're not making a life mistake and investing into something and you lose all your money. Goal number 2 in your 50s is to know how much you want to spend in retirement. It's likely that your kids are out of the house now, so you can get a really good sense of how much you're spending on a monthly and a yearly basis.
Wait, did he score that on?
Fidelity likes to recommend the 80% rule, which states that you should plan to spend about 80% of your salary in retirement. So here is their table on the screen if you'd like to reference that. that. And goal number 3 in your 50s is to start maxing out your retirement accounts, including catch-up contributions. For example, in 2026, the 401k contribution limit is now up to $32,500 per year for people over the age of 50. Compare that to the under the age of 50 number, where the normal limit is $24,500. That's an extra $8K that you can catch up with every single year. The IRA and Roth IRA contribution limits are now $8,600 per year.
Damn, that was a crazy
Under the
goal.
age of 50, where the regular limit is $7,500 per year. So you want to take advantage of those, and then you want to finalize everything else financially going into your 60s, which means that if you can fill in any gaps between what you need and what you currently have saved, that's going to help a ton in your 60s as well. Alright, so we've been talking about the decade of the 60s for a while, so let's talk about their income numbers. We can see that around the age of retirement of age 65,
I would hate to have him as a teammate. Not that I think the other guy's fine, but it's...
median income at the age of 52, but at age 65 it goes back up again to $70,000.
He could get, like...
Is $101,000, and the
He could maybe get banned for that, or like temporarily.
Yeah, I think that this is happening because if you're 65 and retired, you aren't being counted towards these income numbers, so these numbers are more of a reflection of the last man standing in a way. It is pretty fascinating to see that, so if you have any theories on why you think this is happening, please leave them in the comments. Now, in your 60s, I think there are 3 definitive goals. Number 1, definitely have your house paid off. This is self-explanatory, but I feel like if you bought your house in your 30s, your 30-year mortgage should be finally finishing up now, if not...
That is a nice shot, to be honest, but it's not like... It's actually good, because if you focused on aim, I don't ever do that. Because I can't really aim.
You want to be sure that you can transfer any assets that you have
So it's not a...
in a seamless way without any...
Maybe I can, man. Maybe I need to start
goal is
working.
very simple. It's that your retirement is teed up already. There's no more guessing.
Yeah, usually I don't even need to aim. That's why I just need to aim on goal
You
base.
have a really solid understanding of your financials. Ideally,
Because like the majority of the goals here are scored.
Maybe you can go traveling, check out some museums, eat sushi, whatever you might like. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know how much your income is and how much you have saved in the comments if you feel comfortable sharing that. And if you're looking for a video on how you can
There I can't aim though, that's the
your goals
thing.
this year in 2026, you want to check out this video right here. I think it's one of my best videos, and I think it's quite underrated on the channel. I hope to see you guys in that video or a future one on my channel. Alright, peace.
I have over 10,000 hours played on Rocket League at the highest level. I have hit some of the hardest mechanics in the game, including flip resets, double taps, and even cycles. But what would happen if I took all 12,567 hours of my trade mechanics and set them back to 0? Today, I'm going to 1v1 every rank without using any of these insane mechanics I am so reliant on to show you just how important game sense is in winning Rocket League games. In order to simulate this, I am going to use mouse and keyboard, which I have almost never trained. No, that is not what I meant to do. Without having an input I am confident in, I will be forced to use my 200 IQ game sense to try and beat every Rocket League rank, but if I lose at any point, this video is over. Is it possible to beat an SSL with no mechanics and strictly using game sense? Let's find out. But first, we have to take down the bronze. Alright everybody, we are on to the bronze. We are playing DaVinci, the absolute GOAT. How do... Okay, spacebar is no cam. It's been a while since I played keyboard, guys. It's been a very long time. So for whatever reason you didn't watch the intro, very simple. I'm going to 1v1 every single rank using 0 mechanics. Now how do I guarantee that I have 0 mechanics? I play on an input that I am not familiar with at all. My mechanics on keyboard are very, very bad. So I'm going to have to be super reliant on my just fundamental skills and my game sense to try and outplay all these players. Now this first rank, we got the bronze. We're already up 2-0 against them. Maybe we can try and go for some cool shots or something. I mean, as you can see, Mr. DaVinci is not very good.
Hello there,
I
man.
will say the one nerf about keyboard
Oh damn, what do you want?
actually move my
I
camera.
think I'm gonna stop after.
Reverse cam, but I can't look left and right. And as you can see, I'm trying to do something mechanical here. I do not have the ability. And to make sure that I'm on keyboard, as you guys can see in the bottom left, it says press space.
What is that?
If I was on controller, it would be a triangle. Let's see what the bronze is.
No, that's not it.
He's got a little peanut on top of his car. It's like the burnt peanut. Yo, burnt peanut, if you're watching this.
No, what the okay. It works
This is gonna be the
anyway.
most mechanical shot I go for all day. And I can't even score it. Now, we kind of figured that the bronze would be pretty easy.
You can smell me,
My
how it's
mechanics on keyboard. It's been so long. It's
No,
been
no, no,
months since
no.
I like actually played on keyboard. And I'm really curious to see how far I
No
can go.
solution.
You know, Battles, apparently Jack, Chronic, some of those pros, for whatever reason, their mechanics are insane on keyboard. My mechanics on this are so bad. Now, he can't even flip forward properly, so... Okay, that was a double reset on keyboard. It was just nowhere near the best. I'm trying to really elevate and learn these mechanics, like, on the fly, because I know how to do them, obviously, but my brain just won't let me. Let's see if I can get a double touch. Oh, I think I should have this. Now, obviously, there's some sort of level of mechanics that you need, but the floor is not as high as you guys may realize. If you're able to really fine-tune your game sense and understand the game, you don't need to get Zen-level mechanics. You don't. All you need is that Zen level of understanding, which is also hard to get, don't get me wrong, but that's a decent musty flick on the keyboard. We're really going to see, as we get into the later ranks, how difficult this is going to be. So far with the bronze, it's really not too bad. Dude, I'm so close to reset. That might be my goal. I know the point is not use mechanics, but as you guys can see, I probably have champ level mechanics right now at best. And I'm going to be playing an SSL if I can beat all these other ranks. So, I'm going to lock in. Alright, wasting a little bit of time. We're going to go for one more shot. One more shot. One opportunity. It all comes down to this. Hey, that's the most mechanical shot we got all video. But guys, we move on past the bronze. We will see you against the silver. Let's keep it going. All right, we have moved on to the silver. We got my boy Rosario here. As you can see, he's got the bronze tournament winner tag, which is absolutely insane. I didn't even know those existed.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, this is a real-life silver, guys. I mean, both bronze and silvers were extremely difficult to find. So if anyone watching this is silver or bronze, maybe it's your first ever Rocket League video you've ever watched, join the Discord down below. I'm always looking for people to play with. You know, for a silver, he had pretty decent control there for a second. Let's go for a little double tap and see if the silver is absolutely mechanic monstrosity is not able to stop it. He had that nice little dribble going back, though. W control. Dude, I seriously can't get over the fact he has a Season 18 bronze tag. I mean, look at that, man. Zoom in on that. Look at that bronze tag. That might be the rarest tag in the game. Do you know how hard that is to get? I really don't want to lose it all this video. If I lose to anyone, I want it to be the SSL. If I lose to an SSL, so be it. But I feel like not my mechanics, my intelligence should be smart enough. Okay, that would have been a crazy shot to score considering my ability on keyboard. But yeah, I want to use my intelligence and my game sense to really take down every rank in Rocket League. I feel like that'd be a really good showing of how important mechanics, or how important intelligence really is. I keep saying mechanics, because usually my videos are revolved around mechanics, but today it's the opposite. I mean, look at that. Nice little power shot, just getting it right over him. All I did was boost and front flip.
This is a really good video. I'm a bit upset. I mean, I wanted to be good for him, but like the thumbnail is a bit bad, but then I realized what the actual video was, and I'm like, oh, I need to watch this.
And I almost ground pinched on keyboard. That would have been insane. I kind of just want to waste some time because I know I can beat the silvers on just about any input. As long as I know how to drive and flip and stuff, like I'm always going to know how to control the ball like that. And honestly, controlling the ball like that isn't as difficult as it may seem. Like, I feel like with just a couple hours of practice, you can get really good at dribbling.
Bro, this guy's honestly better than...
The flick was pretty bad.
Actually, no, I don't know. I watched so many of his Striped videos. But he's like actually good. It's unfortunate. I think he doesn't get that many subs and views.
I don't even have boost, and I'm able to...
I think he should though.
There we go. W control with no boost on keyboard with no mechanics. I mean, W control. I probably have already said this, guys, but all of you people in this video are members of my Discord, so make sure to hit the link down in the description and check out the YouTube membership if you guys want to be guaranteed to be in these types of videos. Alright guys, looks like we're cleaning up the silver, and we're moving on to the gold. Let's see if the gold gives us a little bit more of a challenge, but so far, smooth sailing challenge.
And for smooth
We're moving on to the gold, who is I am the best 783 or 7083, and apparently this guy is a freestyler. Apparently I picked a gold freestyler. So I need to find out just what makes this guy so good, right? Because apparently I picked the most mechanical gold I could find by accident when you know, I can't even use it, so I really have to control my game sense power shot's a little high.
In my league.
Most. Let's make sure that I don't get clipped on. Let's see just how good this. I've never really seen a gold freestyler. Like, what does that entail per se? I don't know. I mean, he's aerialing, which I feel like most golds can't really aerial. So he's leaving his net open though. I might have missed, but it does go in the back of the net. I'm curious what this guy has in store. I might actually give him some space and see what he can do once I get a couple goals on him. Oh, is he going up the wall? Okay, let's see what he's
I shouldn't go for aerials or anything like that. I forgot I'm in one.
Okay, okay. Pretty decent control, especially for a gold. I feel like golds aren't supposed to be able to do that. Wow, we both suck. You guys have no idea how hard it is to play like this. Considering just 10 minutes ago before I pressed her, my own gold. Oh boy, I see why he's gold. No, I'm just kidding. All jokes, all jokes. Guys, I want to make a quick public service announcement. I am aiming for 100,000 subscribers. I am at 75,000 subscribers at the time of recording this, and if you guys want to help me on my journey, that is my one goal this year, is to get 100K. So please, if you have not already, you enjoy this type of video, these types of videos, want to see more from me,
nice.
Please hit that subscribe button. It would be super, super greatly appreciated. Look at that smart off-ball demo. No mechanics needed. All we gotta do is score. I'm starting to realize the challenges I may face as I get up to higher ranks because
nothing. What?
Closer than it should be.
Oh my god, that's
I'm keeping this closer than it needs to be, but this guy is clearly better than what I anticipated. So I'm gonna have to really lock in. I might have bitten off more than I can chew for this video, dude. I might have severely overestimated my keyboard skill. Or I might have underestimated my opponents. I don't know. I mean, I haven't lost yet, but I need to lock in. Just gonna slam it. Yeah, make him really awkward. What a shot! Oh my goodness! That was a midfield snipe, dude. It was like Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at that. Oh my god. I'm gonna take these goals, man. I'm gonna take these goals. I need to build up my own confidence.
Yeah, obviously he is raged. I feel him, even though I'm not.
That's gonna make things difficult. That's a gold free.
Okay, I'm gonna stop, I guess. See ya.
Give him all the space in the world. He's gonna go up the wall, we know that. Can you whip out any crazy resets or anything?
Boy.
Round pinch? What's he doing?